I'm only doing it because it is who I am. That's how I played the game. That was my mentality. If you don't want to play that way, don't play that way.
What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. NBA Talk with Jay. You trying to get some cash. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Shout out to everybody that was at the night show last night, and you're tuning in again. That's showing real love right there, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Not here to waste your time. I'm finna go through these games. Finna go hit the gym, man. Finna go try to get this cash, my guys. The daily routine. See what I'm saying? I hope everybody's out there doing well, living your life to the fullest, man. Just updating these numbers. Some things moved 5.5 points. Things, you know what I'm saying, from last night. It's all love. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. All positive vibes in the chat, man. It's all love. Let's get straight down to business in this one. Let's have a good day in this one, my guys. Let me just switch a couple more of these things real quick. I appreciate you. You know what? No, fuck that. Let me get the fucking vibes right real quick. Let me get in my fucking zone real quick. Fuck this. Look like it's snowing, man. They think that it's fucking funny. I only live one way, that's Monday through Sunday. See me on the highway, they calling me the Friday. That's somebody that'll call me the Friday. Man, it's Texas. It's the driveway. What up, my guys? All right, all business here, man. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate all of the new members. Like, we got 13 new members in the chat, man. I know it's a couple golden members as well. Make sure you hit me up for your shirt. I believe it was Mr. James West, and I believe it was Matt in the chat as well that joined the channel as a golden member, man. Make sure you hit me up for your shirt for joining the channel as a gold member. Now, straight down to business in this one. It's all love, man. Let's get straight to it here. First game up. Let's go over to the streets of Atlanta in this one. Hawks land 7. We got some birds playing today. Hawks land 7 at the house versus the Raptors. We know that the Hawks are one of the hardest teams to trust in the NBA. Can you see my shoulders? I don't think you can see my fucking shoulders. It's just my floating head today. I can't trust the Hawks. The spot would back them. Now, they don't have a Nickel Okongwu. He's going to be out for the foreseeable future here. Now, they get Clint Capella back, but he's going to be on a minutes restriction. Looks like there's going to be Bruno Fernando coming off the bench for the center. The Hawks, they're just, I don't know what to do with this team. I'm sure, people in the chat, everybody that's watching the show, I'm sure you understand the Hawks are just one of those Jekyll and Hyde type of teams. You never know what you're going to get from them. There's not going to be many Hawks games that I'm going to bet for the rest of the season unless there's a really good spot, like fatigue spot, to back them or fade them. But in this particular game here, Raptors, if they want to make the play-in tournament, if they want to get up, this is a must-win type of game. Same thing for the Hawks, though, as well. If they want to make the playoffs, you got to win these type of games. So not even going to waste your time. I don't have much on this one. I would say, I'd like to say that I think that the Hawks would get the win, but when we talk about laying 7 points with this Hawks team, we've seen plenty of times they just can't. It doesn't matter what's happening. I remember they were laying 6.5, this same point spread, same two teams. They were laying 6.5 at the house versus the Toronto Raptors, January 28th, guys. This team was up by, let me see. So they were up 114-107 with 5 minutes to go. And then before you know it, it's 118-118. You see what I'm saying? So they actually had lost the lead. It was 121-120 with 1 minute to go. It's like the Hawks are allergic to covering the spread. I want no parts of this team right now, man. So bet whatever you love in this, whatever games you're betting, bet whatever you absolutely love, guys. Always remember that. Remember never to have a regret to never have regrets on whatever you're betting. And also, this is the last time that you will be able to get the Warriors at plus money to make the playoffs. It's not a lock or anything like that. Anything can happen. But after today, if the Warriors do win, you will not see them up at plus money to make the playoffs anymore. I believe you can get them like plus 100 or plus 105. This will be probably the last day that you can get the Warriors to make the playoffs. They've won 9 of the last 11 games. So that's just a little nugget there for the people that watch the whole show. If you do want to get in on that future, this is probably the last day that there's going to be plus money value for the Warriors to make the playoffs. But always, whatever you guys betting, guys, regardless if you're watching some shows or just dry telling someone's picks, it's always on you before you press that button or before you print that ticket. You see what I'm saying? It's always on you. Never go back and go back to someone else. Oh, I shouldn't have took this on. That's on you. You know what I'm saying? It's all with you, my guys. I just want to reiterate that to especially like a lot of the newcomers or people that's just start betting. It's never anyone else's fault, guys. Really, whether they win or lose. You see what I'm saying? So just want to always give some people a little bit of advice. Let's go over to the streets of Philly in this one. The sad streets of Philly. Sixers getting 4 at the house versus the Cavs. Donovan Mitchell plays in this game. You got to look towards the Cavs here. Now, the Sixers have basically owned these guys. They've won 8 of the last 10 matchups, and they just beat the Cavs February 12th as well as 11.5-point underdogs. They beat the Cavs in Cleveland. I believe the Cavs are like 18-4 in their last 22 games. They are about to enter a tough stretch. They're going to be playing 4th game. They're going to be playing 4 games in 6 days, and they're going to be playing 9 games in 14 days. So this stretch right here is really going to tell us a lot about the Cavs. Let me get a little ginger ale. Little ginger ale in me, man. But I lean the Cavs here. Now, obviously, you're going to need Donovan Mitchell. He's been in an MVP caliber he's had an MVP caliber type of season, in my opinion here, guys. But just looking at this shit like it's easy. And one thing I've noticed, the squares are the new sharps. A lot of times these easy plays, like they're hidden. You see what I'm saying? And what are the easy people been today? They're going to fade the Sixers again. But sometimes like the sharps can overthink things. You kind of think, oh, okay, maybe Philly, maybe this is the game. This team is not playing with a ton of confidence right now. You see what I'm saying? So I could only look towards the Cavs. I know that everybody's on them. I know that it's a public play. It's probably, BJ, it's probably the most public play. And guess what? I still don't want the Sixers. Sometimes it can't just be that easy. You see what I'm saying? It can't just be that easy to just fade the Sixers until Joel Embiid comes back, if he ever comes back. This team was like the top 3 team in the East. They're going to drop without Joel Embiid. So I'm not surprised that they're losing these games. They've only won 3 of the last 10 games. I mean, if Donovan Mitchell plays, I could only look towards the Cavs. Now, sometimes when the team has been super hot, you don't want that break to come because it's almost like putting out your fire. Obviously, the Cavs lost straight up to the Magic yesterday as 5.5-point favorites. They lost that game 116-109. But if you look at the Sixers, they don't really have a center out there. I was kind of like, for a little while, Mo Bamba, when he started to get minutes, he was playing well. I'm watching him yesterday. I'm like, no, Mo Bamba, Paul Reed, no. They're not it. No, they don't have any paint protection. They're not great at rebounding. Like, you got Kelly Oubre and Tobias Harris been some of their best rebounders. Obviously, Tyrese Maxey is an absolute baller, guys. Could he go crazy in there? It's very possible. But you got the Cavs that's just much more rounded team. I know that everybody's on them. I know that the people are going to say, oh, it's this easy. Let's just take the Cavs. Sometimes it is that easy. I'm not going anywhere near the Sixers right now, to be perfectly honest with you, man. So, I like Buddy Hield can give to them sometimes, but they're just not a consistent basketball team right now. And they know the fact that Embiid is out. They know what their fate is. Like, pay attention with these teams when they know what their fate is. You see what I'm saying? And the Sixers just know that they're not a top tier team anymore. The bench is not there. They don't have any paint protection. You get whatever you want to paint. Mobley and Allen should go crazy in this game. I could only look towards the Cavs here. Donovan Mitchell plays in this game. I think the Cavs are the right side here, to be honest, regardless. But obviously you need Mitchell because he's been an MVP caliber type of player. He's really meant a lot to this Cavs team. I know it looks easy. I know that everybody's on him. I'm still not looking towards the Sixers here. I could only look towards the Cavs. And like I say, sometimes the easy picks hit, guys. That's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes we can overthink things. Not overthinking this game. I think the Cavs -4 is the right side. Personally, I'm not going to say I wouldn't bet it, but I need Mitchell in there. That's just me. I need confirmed that Mitchell is in there, but I think the Cavs are the right side here. They got too much down low for them. Way too much defense, way too much down low. I think the Cavs, and if they have revenge from losing to the Sixers last time, this is their spot to come back here and smack the Sixers in the mouth. Could only look towards the Cavs. -4 here, guys. Let's go over to the streets of Thunder, Oklahoma City here. Really brief game, really simple game. Not looking towards back in the Wizards. This is not a winning basketball team. This is not a even basketball team at all, in my opinion. You even had the coach like, you know what, I'm gonna go to the front office. I don't even want to coach these motherfuckers. I don't even want to coach these bums no more. Obviously it's a huge spread, but could only look towards the Thunder in this when they're playing. Shout out to the Thunder. They actually play. They're a team that's really consistent, playing offensively and defensively on both sides of the ball. They don't care who they're playing. They could cover this spread by halftime, and it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. I don't really want any parts of the Wizards right now, man. So can only look towards the Thunder there, minus the 16. There would be another game where it's just looking at it easy, but the easy plays are been cashing, guys. So it's a huge number to lay with the Thunder, but I'm not looking towards betting the Wizards. They might not make the show too many more times this season. It's just going to be that simple: fade them or stay off the game, in my opinion, guys. Sometimes like the NBA is, maybe it can be really easy here. Let's go over to the streets of Houston in this one. Rockets getting 4 at the house versus the Phoenix Suns. Really great game. Obviously, the Suns are the better team. They are a playoff caliber team. They're coming off a loss. The Mavs opened that third quarter with a 15-0 run. The Mavs are starting the ball really well-rounded team. Now, the Suns were on their ass, even without Bradley Beal. At first, they had a 10-point lead a couple of times. They had a 10-point lead, lost it, then got it again, and then it kind of they lost the momentum going into the half. They were only up by 3. Mavs came out and smoked them in the third quarter, and really for the rest of the game there as well, man. So the Suns, we know with Booker and KD, they can ball. I even like the addition of Royce O'Neal. Gives them even more three-point shooting, complementing guys like Grayson Allen and Eric Gordon. But Royce O'Neal is actually a defender as well, so they've added some defense. Now, the Rockets are a really great home team. You fade them on the road, you back them at the house. I'm not backing them here, but it's I mean, obviously, if Bill was in this game in the same spread, I'd be all over the Suns. If the Suns want to climb as far as they can, let me see where they're sitting at. If they want to climb to the top 4, you got to win these type of games, man. I know the road games are going to be the hardest ones, but you got to win these type of games. So they're sitting at number 7 right now. They're tied with the Mavs, but Mavs are sitting at 6 and Suns sitting at 7. You got to win this game, man. If you want to climb up in the standings, the Suns got to take this game serious and win this game. Obviously, the Rockets got guys like Dylan Brooks, Shingun. They got some ballers. Van Fleet did get banged up yesterday, ended up leaving the game, but he came back. I believe he hit his head or something like that. But the Suns have basically owned these guys. They've won 8 of the last 10 matchups, guys. Only 5-5 against the spread, but they have like found ways to win this game. You see what I'm saying? So Suns got the Lakers on deck, and then a couple more games versus the Rockets at the house. This is a big game for the Suns. Not a huge game, but if they want to get to that top 4, which I know that they do, they want to get at least home court advantage for one playoff series. You got to win these type of games. The Rockets have also kind of come back down to earth. Now, I know that they played 6 of their last 10 games on the road, but they've only won 3 of their last 10 games, guys. So the Rockets, but I'll be honest, it gives me a lot of hesitation to fade them when they're at the house. That's just where they play their best basketball. 19-9 straight up at the house, 18-9-1 against the spread as well. So most of the time when they play at the house, they cover the spread. See what I'm saying? That's like a 66% covering clip right there, man. So it's a tough game. I would lean towards the Suns, but I'd rather them have their big 3 out there with Bradley Beal, to be perfectly honest with you. He's going to be out for this game. I don't really have a good look on this game. Honestly, it's this simple. I can see it going either way. And when I can see it going either way, I stay off the game. It's really that simple. Did somebody say Suns would miss the playoffs? Hey, bet that shit then. Bet that shit. Hey, bet Suns to miss the playoffs. I think that's going to be a donation right there. He said John J. Suns to miss the playoffs at plus 550. Not a fucking chance. There's not a chance. There's not a single chance that they're going to miss the playoffs. I would bet that the Sacramento Kings or the Pelicans would miss the playoffs before the Suns. They're not missing the play. I mean, nothing is a lock, and anything can happen. Somebody could get injured or something. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I would not donate some more money to the sports book betting that the Suns will make the playoffs. And the Kings sitting at 8. The way that they be bullshitting, I would bet the King. I'm not sure what the Kings are to miss the playoffs, but if there's one team that's in that top 8 that I'd have confidence in missing the playoffs, that would be the Sacramento Kings. They're liking Suns minus the 4. He said he likes Suns minus the 4. Yeah, I couldn't talk you off Booker over points. Yeah, it's really all about who they put Dylan Brooks on. It's just he's going whoever he's Brooks is. I mean, I don't even fucking like him, but as much as people don't like him, he is a lockdown defender. And the thing I like about Brooks, and somebody was asking me about this at the gym, he was like, what do you think about Dylan Brooks? I was like, you know what? I actually don't mind them because I like that. I like that. Like people don't play defense anymore these days. The fact that Brooks is like, all right, whoever the best player is, I'm gonna go and guard them. I actually kind of love this shit because that's how I am when I play basketball. Whoever the best player is on the other team, I'm all in their face. I'm denying them the ball. I'm picking you up full court. I don't give a damn if we're at. That's why I care a lot about defense. I don't even get paid for shit. I'm picking you up full court. You're not touching the ball. You're not scoring on me. It's not. I mean, you can score a few points, but that's gonna make me like, all right, motherfucker, you're not scoring for. I tell people that all the time. You're not scoring again. So you know what? I kind of like Dylan Brooks. I'm not gonna lie, man. I kind of like him, man. Let's go over to the streets of Memphis in this one. Who misses Dylan Brooks? Grizzlies get 9 at the house versus the Clippers. Could see it going either way. This is a tough game. I don't want to lay the points with the Clippers, who look like an old team right now. Laying 9 on the road versus a young team that is playing for contracts. Now, would I be surprised if the Clippers won this game by 25 and cashed the trifecta spot? I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. But excuse me, on the other end of the spectrum, would I be surprised if the Grizzlies continue to have their scrappy play? I mean, in this point spread, getting 9, 10 at the house, they've been scrappy, even with this G League squad. We know they're not supposed to be winning these games. They beat the Bucks outright in this same point spread as well, man. So the Clippers have beaten them twice already this year and covered the spread, and they covered they barely covered. They were laying 8.5 January 12th, and they won that game by 9. You see what I'm saying? So that's how close this might be to the point spread. I'm not fucking with the Clippers laying 9 points on the road versus a team that's actually been playing with confidence. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not really messing with this game. I could see it going either way. You don't want to really bet against the Grizzlies. Get 9 at the house. We know that the Clippers are the better team. They don't always play like it though. So they are in a bounce back spot in theory, but do you really want to have confidence with them laying double digits on the road at this point right now? I don't, to be honest with you. So if the Clippers got it done, wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. Wouldn't be surprised either way that it happened, man. Let's get over here to an unpopular game, probably the game of the day. People aren't going to like this pick, and I always tell people, bet whatever you love. You don't have to ride with me, guys. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes I do dumb things. It is what it is. I live with it, and I live with it long term, but I do cap the games the same way. I do, like whether I'm in a hot streak or I'm on a cold streak, I do things the same way, and I'm going against everybody in this one. I'm going against the Wolves. I'm going against the Wolves in this one. No howling with the Wolves, man. I hope I see some deer. So, like, when I see deer on the way to the casino, man, the Bucks cash every time. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to pull on the side of the fucking road and wait until I see a deer. I'm not going to the casino unless I see a deer on the side of the road. I'm rocking with the Bucks in this one, plus 4.5, man. I know it's an ugly play. I know that they hadn't been playing well, but this is a big game for the Bucks. First off, I see the Bucks coming out of the break winning all 5. I see them winning 5 straight games. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is a revenge spot. They got smacked by the Wolves at the house in Milwaukee, 129-105. There was no Damian Lillard, though, in that game. The Bucks didn't have anything for that one. And I was actually I like the Wolves in that game. I took the Wolves in that one. But I don't like the Wolves in this one. They're all over ESPN, patting their backs and stuff. The Wolves have actually not been as great at the house in their last few games. They're only 3-3 straight up in their last 6 games at the house. So showing a little bit of vulnerabilities. Now, do I think the Wolves are our top tier team? You damn right. I think that they could end the season as the number 1 seed. I really do think they can. But this is one of the teams that I feel like was hot going into the break. And I think that break happened at the wrong time, in my opinion here, man. So Wolves are laying 4.5. I'm not saying this a lot. I'm not even telling you to take the Bucks, guys. I want to be clear with this. I'm not telling you to take the Bucks. This is what I'm taking, guys. I'm taking the Bucks plus the 4.5. I think they win this game outright. This game is all on Giannis and Dame right here. And I like what Shaq told Dame on fucking national TV. You got to get your ass back and go grab some people by the neck. You got to. This is on Giannis and Dame. You can't. It's not on Doc Rivers. It's not on anybody else. It's on Giannis and Dame. Y'all wanted to team up, make a little mini super team. Y'all pick and roll is absolutely unstoppable. This game is also on Rudy Gobert. If there's a couple early fouls on Rudy Gobert, say goodbye to the Wolves here. Now, if Gobert is staying out of foul trouble and is able to defend the paint, then this could be a good game for the Wolves. But I don't see it happening. I think the Bucks win this game outright. Usually, and there's some things that I like to do. Usually, when everybody gives up on a team, that's when I want to back them. So, I like the Bucks in this game. I could give you a million reasons. That doesn't really matter. Only thing that matters is the final score, whether they win or lose. They're coming off a bad game versus the Memphis Grizzlies heading into the break. They were laying 14 points and they lost the game outright. This is a bounce back J spot for the Bucks. I think they come out here early and often. I think Dame brings that hot shooting from the All-Star break, from the 3-point contest and in the All-Star break. I think they come out here ready to go. They know what they have to do. They got to shut the haters up. I think it starts tonight on ESPN. I'll be honest with you. It's not a game that it's not for the faint-hearted, guys. I'll tell you that right now. It's not for the faint-hearted. So I'm not telling you take this as an absolute lock. I'm simply telling you what I like in this game. I like the Bucks plus the 4.5. I think they win it outright. Couldn't talk you off a little J Money sprinkle, but give me the Milwaukee Bucks here plus the 4.5. I think they come out here early and often, piss the fuck off, and that's why I like them here tonight. I think they win this shit outright. I think the Bucks win their next 5 games, guys. That's just what I think. Let's go over here to the streets of Portland in this one. Blazers getting 9.5 at the house versus the Denver Nuggets in this one. Don't really have much on this game. I hear Mike Malone say we don't really care about gunning for the number 1 seed. We just want to come in there healthy, which means that they might start resting some guys on back-to-backs. Just as long as they get a top 4 seed and get in the playoffs, they know that that's when the real season matters. You can be the number 1 seed. You can be the number 8 seed. It doesn't fucking matter. It matters about lining it up and beating whoever's in front of you. It doesn't matter what seed you're in. So I actually respect it about the Nuggets. They know what it takes to get there. They know that the real season starts when the playoffs get there. Now, they've won 5 straight versus the Blazers. They've won 7 of the last 8. They've won 8 of the last 10 versus the Blazers as well. They basically own these guys. I'm not really looking towards Blazers. Maybe if Scoot Henderson was in there, maybe they could be scrappy in this game, but I'm not really looking. It's not that I'm not looking towards the Blazers, but if they're full strength and it's a spot that really complements them, which I mean they do have the rest advantage here, and they're getting damn near double digits at the house. I'll be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if the Blazers covered this game, especially hearing Malone say we just want to be healthy. We know if KCP has had like a little hamstring injury, he could possibly even sit tonight because they know they could possibly even win without him. It's just a really tough game, guys. I could see this game hovering around a number. I wouldn't be surprised if the Nuggets won by like 10 points or if they won by 8 and it was like right there around the closing line. Like I think it's going to be a close game as far as like the point spread. So if I had to bet it, I'd probably go with the Blazers, but it's not a ton of confidence there, to be perfectly honest with you guys. Let's go over to the streets of Golden State here, man. Warriors, they better win it. If the Warriors win this game, you can say goodbye to the plus money for them to make the playoffs. This team has won 9 of their last 11 games. The playoffs have already started for the Warriors. You see Steph going crazy. You see Wiggins, Kuminga, all these guys have woken up. Draymond Green, he must have punched somebody else, man, or punch Steve Kerr or something, man. This team has woken up. They're not bullshitting anymore, and I love it. Now, will I lay 13 with them? I'm not so sure about that. That's going a little far there. They should win this game. I don't know about laying the 13 though. The Hornets, don't look now. They've won 4 straight. They've covered 4. Now, I don't know how good that is for their tanking chances, but maybe they don't care about tanking anymore. But I think they still have the 3rd worst record in the league. But they've won 4 straight, covered 4 straight games since Grant Williams got over there. They've actually been playing better defense. I believe they got the 6th best defense in the league over the last 4 games. They've covered 6 of their last 7 games, guys. The Hornets are low-key balling. They beat the Jazz outright last night as 9.5-point underdogs. For whatever reason, Trey Mann's come over there. Grant Williams come over there. They're balling now. They have a little bench now. You see what I'm saying? Now, they're not winning this game, but they could compete here. The Warriors are still a smaller type of team as well. They're coming off a huge win versus the Lakers last night. Got a big game on deck as well versus the Denver Nuggets. So this could be somewhat of a sandwich type of spot for the Warriors. You can't look past them too much because the Hornets will fuck around and beat you. You see what I'm saying? But could the Warriors come out here lollygagging, BSing around and win the game by 7 to 8 points? It's very possible. If I had to bet the game, it sounds crazy. I think the Warriors win, but I would probably take the Hornets to cover this game. It could be one of those spots where the Hornets could be playing really good. It's like, hold on, guys, we're supposed to lose. We've been winning too much. Hold on, all right, you know what? Let's take some few guys out in the 4th quarter and just make sure we lose this game. But I can see them keeping it within double digits, to be perfectly honest with you here, guys. So, and the Hornets have actually they've covered 5 of the last 7 matchups versus they've covered 6 of the last 8 matchups versus the Golden State Warriors as well, man. So, and I don't know, man. I lean towards the Hornets. I think 13 is a bit too much asking for the Warriors. Now they're balling, but They're not like laying 13 balling. They are balling like that, but I just with the Nuggets on deck and the huge game, the Warriors would be perfectly fine getting out of here with a 3, 4, 5 point win. They'd be perfectly fine with that. You see what I'm saying? My guy says Dubs are 0-3-1 against the spread. It's double-digit fave, been trash at home fave. Hornets new pieces gelling. No, that's a fact there. I think the Hornets probably come to play here. I think they probably come to play here. My guy says Hornets in the first half. Couldn't talk you off there. Yeah, I couldn't talk you off there, man. Now, a few more games. Let's go over to the streets of New Orleans in this one. This is somewhat, I got to get out of here. This is a somewhat tough game for me. Two teams that have been balling somewhat lately. The Pelicans are like one of those most Jekyll and Hyde teams I've ever seen. They can ball. They've won 8 of their last 9 and they have the best defense over that span as well. I feel like the Pelicans will come off a really good game and then just kind of shit the bed the next game. Man, remember we saw it. That was on the road. They beat the Clippers outright and then lost by 17 to the Lakers. If they lost this game outright, I wouldn't be surprised. It'd be nice if the Heat had Terry Rozier out there. He won't be out there. They did add DeLon Wright. They do get Jimmy Butler back as well. They need him. The Heat quietly won 6 of their last 8 games going into the break and covered 7 of the last 8 as well. And those were versus some great teams. They covered versus the Celtics. They smacked down the Bucks, smacked up the Sixers. They beat the Magic. They did lose to the Clippers, and they beat the Spurs, beat the Wizards. I mean, that's not in the right home bout, but they were just facing the teams that were in front of them. I would probably go with the under. The way that we know that the Heat going to bring the defense. They are somewhat of a smaller team, but the Pelicans, I mean, it's just a top tier defensive team, man. And when they do that Jekyll and Hyde stuff, their offense kind of falls off the cliff. You see what I'm saying? They only scored 96 versus Memphis. They only scored 93 versus the Blazers as well, which those are back to back as well. Something tells me this could be an under game here. I'd lean towards under 223. I'm not so sure on the side, to be perfectly honest with you guys. Last game up, Lakers laying 10 at the house versus Spurs. Looks like LeBron's back. Looks like LeBron, his ankle's good now. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't good yesterday, but it's good now. So LeBron's back. Who knows what's up with that? Lakers laying 10. They should win this game. I don't know about laying double digits with the Spurs. I mean, with the Lakers right now. Now, I don't know about taking the Spurs, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know what to do with this game. I'm not even going to waste your time. This is a game that I don't have any feel for. And really, when I say I don't have a feel, I can see both sides happening. I can see the Lakers coming in, the Spurs aren't a good team, but they can be scrappy. You see the Devin Vassell going crazy last night. You see them damn near beat the Sacramento Kings as 10.5-point underdogs last night. So this could be that same type of game where Lakers win, but they don't cover. But also, if the Lakers won by 20, will we be surprised? No. Sometimes the Spurs are one of the hardest teams to figure out. They can ball. They have ballers. We know that Wemby can take over any game, but then they could also be down by 25 at any point in the game, man. And they usually don't come back when they're down from 25 as well. So the Spurs, another team, I'm not going to be betting many of their games for the rest of the season. I don't know what I'm ever going to get for that team when they step out on the floor, guys. Guys like Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, Trey Jones. We know we're going to get from Wemby, but all these other guys, fucking Sochan, you don't know what you're getting from these guys, man, on night-to-night basis. So Lakers should get the win. They need the win, but I'm not so sure if I want to lay double digits with the Lakers as well, man. I'm telling you, I loved that team last year. They made me a ton of money. I'm not so sure this year, guys. I think that it's like the whole shit that's going on with LeBron and possibly getting traded. I'm not fucking with the Lakers right now, my guys, but one play for me today, and you guys don't have to take this, guys. As a matter of fact, please don't take this. Please don't take this. Give me the Bucks plus a 4.5. That's what I'm on. It was at 5 last night. It's coming down. It's even 4s at some spots, and I think it would be really indicative if this line closes at 3.5. From what I'm seeing, a lot of people like the Wolves, and they could be right, guys. And if you like the Wolves, if you want to fade the Bucks, I can't talk you off. They hadn't been playing the best basketball, but for me, from the things that I like to look at, everything that I put into capping the game, I'm taking the Bucks plus 4.5. I think they win this game outright. I think they come out here start to finish, like send a message type of game on ESPN, late night ESPN type of game here. This is a Giannis and Dame game right here. If they play like shit, they're going to get blown out. If they play good, they can win this game outright, my guys. So that's what I'm taking. You guys don't have to take it. Nothing is an absolute lock. Whatever you guys are betting today, best of luck. I hope you guys cash. Whatever you are betting, it's on you, guys. It's on you. It's on you to print that ticket, to click that button, whatever. You're betting with your own money. Just be be mindful of that it's all on you guys. You can't blame any losses on anybody else. You don't blame the wins on anybody. See what I'm saying? So it's all on you. Whatever you guys are betting, make sure you absolutely love that bet and you don't have any regrets. We're noticing the patterns. We're making calculated decisions, man, trusting our instincts. We're not having any regrets, guys. So whatever you guys are betting tonight, make sure you don't have any regrets at the end of the night. It's all love. Let's get this motherfucking cash, baby. We out. NBA Talk with Jay, man. Y'all know how it is. It's all love. I love you guys, man. I appreciate everybody for the love, for the support, and let's cash, man. It's all love. We out. Let's go. Floating head Jay. Let's fucking get this cash, baby. We out.